Awesome. That was great. Thank you for those breaths. We hadn't done that before to start with. That was great. I wish we would have recorded that, but it's great that we took those rests together. I mean, I haven't done that practice in like
Uh-huh.
years, really. I
Really?
shouldn't say that. I've talked with Moses on the phone in the last few months. I think that's the last time that, it's like, let's take some breaths together before we get going.
Oh yeah, Moses definitely is
But
into
yeah, but
that.
yeah, thank you for bringing me back to that. It's time for me to get back to like this connected, place.
Yeah,
There's so much there, but I could go on. Let me just start by saying we'll
yeah,
plan to make the whole recording public, but if anything gets said that shouldn't be public, you'll let me know and we'll stop the recording right away and we'll start a new recording. And if we don't stop, then we'll just plan to make the whole thing public. Sound good?
yeah.
Awesome.
Sounds great.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, oh, there's so much going through my head, but I just want to start with you. Let you like just share, your space in this moment. There's just like so much I want to share, but I want to like tune into you energy first.
Yeah, so much, so much, so much. Yeah, everything's good. I was reviewing our mind map. I added a couple more things there. Yeah, there was a moment where I couldn't help but just feeling like overwhelmed and like, oh my God, this is just so much, so many things to do. I don't even know like where to start. It's like so much. So
I
I,
totally get that. I
yeah.
totally get that, and I feel that, and I would feel that with all of that stuff on my mind too, It's
Yeah,
like it is so much. And that's where um we'll get into it more. I'm going to share a lot more about how I'm seeing things in just a few moments, but the I get from my own experience as well as many people in the community that I've been with for so long, we have our gifts, these things we have to share with the world, and we can easily and freely share it. And then it's like managing all this stuff to make it a business and do this and do that. It makes it so challenging to get what's in our hearts out into the world in an easy way,
I
right?
know.
It's kind of crazy like how challenging it is just to express ourselves in all of our glory and let that be enough.
Exactly. It really
And
is.
yeah,
It's
and
not for the
and
faint of
so
heart.
say that again.
It's not for the faint of heart.
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm just bringing it back because it's so important for us to recognize this moment in time. That's, why we're systematizing everything. So not everybody has to figure it all out on their own anymore. You don't have to muddle your way through all this stuff. It's just X, Y, Z, this person, that person. Everybody already has done their thing. They know what to do. They can do it for you. You just have to
Right.
pay this much. It just takes this long, and you decide if that's how you want to devote your resources or you want to devote it a different way. But you have your resources that you can apply to whatever you want to create, and you just have to make choices about what am I going to apply my resources to in order to make a difference right now. You get that?
Yeah.
Like that condition is not going to change for you. That's going to be your life from here on out. It's like only have so much time, I only have so much money, and I want to do all of this. So what do I make choices that I'm committing my resources? I'm going to make sure I get this done because I'm committing to this, and we're going to see this through the finish. And this
Yeah.
one over here, and this one over here, and we need to get this done so we can do this over here. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
And that's exactly what we're focusing on right now, is figuring out what all of those big things are and all of those little things, and do the best to arrange it. And thankfully my brain works in that way, right? That's like the gift, that I get to bring, is the mind mapping, the systematization, the me looking at the landscape of all that you're looking at and seeing how I can figure out how to put all the pieces together in a way that's going to allow you to sail your ship where you want to go, right?
Yeah. Exactly. I love that.
Yeah, yeah, thank you. So, so I'm breaking it down. Let me just show you really quickly. And then, again, I want to have you share more, but I just want to show you, what I'm looking at as the main things right now that we're focusing on is we're organizing your priorities. We're getting clear on your sales funnel, both what the products and services you currently have, as well as in development, helping you develop your brand and helping create content to support your brand building and your product development. Okay, this is the way that I see our relationship right now, in terms of, what you've been hiring Uniting for Action for and where we're at with everything. And we'll talk about more of the specifics of it, but this is what we're getting into today. And then we're going to, again, talk about like what the options are going forward for you, either like taking all that I'm giving you and going, self-service, figuring out how to manage it all internally and all of that, or continuing to hire Uniting for Action for some form of support, and I'm going to talk to you specifically because I've been really working on figuring this out. Let me stop this real quick. Let me take a quick drink.
Yeah.
Any questions before I continue? Or comments?
Not yet.
Okay. So some things happen since our last meeting that has accelerated things even more. I was already, as you know, on this like path of getting this out there as quickly as possible. Now we have a system. Now I need to start getting out there. I have to work with big influencers, all of that. It really, first of all, I have to ask for context. Did you and I ever talk about the influencer army? Did I ever share that concept with you?
No.
So I'll just share really quickly because it's really important for understanding all of this. But years ago, when I came to realize that the way to kind of steer society is to have influencers, help steer in a certain direction, right? Like when you can reach people, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of people at a time through influencers, Instagram and, TikTok, whatever, that if you want to transform society, you have those people lead the way and they bring everybody wherever, they're going. And really, I visualized it to the degree that I'm going to be doing this, organizing the influencers into like a literal army, where there's like generals and lieutenants and sergeants, and they all, are part of an army of helping to organize influence to create results in the world. And it's around the topics that people care about, but the ones that people care about, they can quickly come together. Something happens, the army can be mobilized and everybody can, be coordinated in guiding the world, basically. You get what I'm saying? So I've long been realizing that that's a really big part of all of this, that once this is ready to come out, that then it'll be time to mobilize the influencer army. And I own the influencerarmy.com. I even started developing the website years ago. Yeah. But I've known for a while that I'm going to, in my next move to LA and start, connecting with all the top influencers and content creators and start creating content with them. That's been my expectation of, as soon as this gets going, that's where I'm going. Well, it occurred to me, the other day as I was kind of reading another article about the actors' strike. I was reading something that Mark Ruffalo was saying. He tweeted about, we should just make our own content and, bypass the production companies and sell the content to who wants it and all of that, direct to consumer basically, and be able to not have to deal with the big, studios that are, busting the unions at this point, basically, not really doing that, but the Uniting for Action system allows that to happen in a way that doesn't exist in the world right now.
Right.
Like as soon as I introduce the system to the people in Hollywood, that see like how they can self-organize and start to create a whole content marketplace where they are in control rather than the studios. You get what I'm saying? Like this facilitates the revolution that they have in their mind, but don't have the infrastructure to be able to execute. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm in a big hurry right now to start connecting with everyone in Hollywood like right away, to start really going full bore networking and like talking to them about like what this can do, and having them start to realize. I think I might have mentioned it to you, maybe not specifically. Did I mention Arnold Schwarzenegger is the person that I've been imagining as the person that I'm going to connect with first? Now it's kind of
wow, that's
now it's kind of everybody all at once, but he's been the one that's most like I'm most in energetic resonance with in terms of how he's being an activist lately and all that, and obviously former governor. But all of this to say that I'm about to be in that whole world 24/7 networking and getting this to blow up like a lot faster than I was even planning. I just have to go because I have to while they're on strike. You know about the whole actor strike and everything, right? Are you tuned into that?
I'm not very sure about it.
So the actors and actresses union, that I think it has like 150,000 members, 160,000 members. They went on strike last week against all the studios. So there's no movies in production. There's no television in production. Like it's all shut down right now.
That's amazing. They're showing their power.
Exactly. So, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that you didn't realize that. That's the important context here, because they're on strike and they're battling to negotiate with the studios to give them, they want a share of the streaming revenue and different things like that. And protections against being replaced by AI and different things like that. So, so the point is that none of the actors, none of the influencers that I want to connect with and network with are working right now. They are all have all of their free time, and a lot of their time and attention is how do we organize amongst ourselves to be able to create our own marketplace. And so I have to get to them with this solution like ASAP. Like the latest for me, I feel like, is a week from Monday. Like I'm going to give myself this week and next week to kind of get it all together and get organized. But I need to be like calling in all the people that I know and networking my way to influential people like right away. So
that's amazing.
It
Congratulations.
is amazing. It's amazing to think about. And I'm mentioning it all because it's really important in the context of our relationship and what we're creating and what we're doing and how we're doing it and all of that. Let me take a quick drink. Because I really would like you to join me in this world, you know, that I'm moving into very quickly. And I certainly don't have all of the stuff figured out for me. There's so much for me that I have to get managed. And the way that I'm looking at it, because I've been trying to figure out, because where my head is at right now is I have to prepare Uniting for Action and the technology I'm still, polishing and finishing up. I have to get it all ready to present, to these people. And I have to, have, I don't know, some kind of video deck. I have to have some basic things to be sharing with people, right? To get conversations with them.
Right.
So,
thank you. Thank you. Okay.
So besides putting all of that together, I need to do the minimum amount of work that I need to do in order to bring in revenue, in order to pay, my bills coming up.
Right.
There's a combination of, one, you're the first person. I want to give you the chance to hire all of my hours, basically. But I also want to, what I essentially am feeling is that I want to give you a 2-week boot camp in like getting to the next level. Like we've been talking about the next level and supporting you and showing you and all the things that Emiliano and I have been doing over the last year, I feel like at this point, I think you're frozen. Can you hear me?
I-
Can you hear me okay? Because you're frozen on my screen. I'll wait until you come back. Let me pause. Okay. So what I was saying is that I've always seen you operating at those highest levels of influence in our society. We've talked about that, right? I
Thank you.
I, I think you're holding the energy that will be welcome and by all, and that it's really just a matter of you, working your way up the ladder, so to speak, right?
Yeah,
Um, I feel like what I was saying is that as Emiliano and I have been guiding you in like organizing things and helping you, like try to deal with it all, like you're saying, it's like I get the feeling, I know the feeling you're describing of like, where do I start? What do I do? And
yeah,
what I'm saying to you, what I'm proposing, what I'm offering to you is to spend like a couple weeks time here where I'm actually working with you very regularly,
yeah,
like daily, like all the time, to like not just like tell you what to do, but to do it and to get it done. Like I'm getting it done, you're getting it done, we're getting it all done to where we're just blowing through a lot of the work that would take you, weeks or months. We're going to get handled in a couple weeks because we are going to make decisions about where your priorities are and what needs to be developed in order to develop a positive reinforcement cycle where whatever you're spending your time on is creating revenue for you so that you can get more stuff done. This is the challenge you're going to keep having, right? Is that you're going to have more stuff that you want to get done than you have the time and the resources for, right?
right.
And so what you need to do all the time is you need to be able to figure out what are my priorities, what do I need to focus on in order to create some results that then can allow me to create more results in more areas, right?
Yeah,
We need to really narrow it down right now. Like, how do you need to be spending the next couple of months, few months, in order to set yourself up for where you want to go and be making money and like doing all the things that you need to do to be on a trajectory to go. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
And there's a lot deeper levels of work with you around branding, around your sales funnel, around all of that I've been wanting to get to with you, and we haven't
yeah,
gotten there yet. But we're
yeah,
we're we're basically like out of time now. Like I want to like get it done with you like in a very
yeah,
short amount of time while I'm available if you want to. This is the thing, Angie, you know how I feel that I would love to be in this journey with you over the couple of weeks so that we can again take all that we've done and go to this next deeper level with the setting you up in this environment where you are projecting your content in the world and creating an image. We're going to talk a little bit more about the branding, but I
yeah,
have some really specific ideas about, the mechanism as well as we'll get into all of that. And I want to have like a full on branding meeting with you too. I basically already prepared enough to have that meeting today, but I realized we couldn't fit all of that into today. But I want to show you some things to go to, with a more critical eye. I've seen you I think you're frozen again. Can you hear me? Oh no. Let me pause again.
yeah. My
Okay.
internet's like back and forth, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I went and looked at all of your social media last night and your websites and everything. Like I want to go through everything with you with like
Oh yeah,
a
yeah.
fine-tooth comb.
This is actually I've been working on this 360 site, three Rainbow G360.com.
Cool.
So there is where I'm supposed to be putting everything. This is the Ray Perez 360. And so basically what's up next for me that I have very present is creating my intro video about myself and about my expert title and my unique value proposition. So that's something that I added on my mind map here. So I think that, yeah, I think I need to start with basics. So I put it here for intro videos, increase perception of value, expert title, unique value proposition, and with a call to action. So I think that's like one of my next things, because right now on my 360 site, I need I need more content for it and for my website. And
Exactly. And that's
everything.
one of the things that I'll share a little. Can I share the screen again?
Yeah.
The
Share. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, let me just talk for a moment and then I'll share. That's great. Thank you for sharing those things. And that's where, again, I will share what we're talking about. Like the list that I sent you, this is what we're going to get clear on today, is focusing on what your target client groups are. Like we said, the different client groups that you're focusing on, the products the products and services you have for each target group,
right,
that you're offering now and you're planning to offer to them. And then the content that needs to get created in order to support the sales of your existing products and services, as well as that needs to be created in order to create new products and services, as well as support the sales of new products and services, okay? Including things like your membership program, and then also content to be created for brand building, right? And then the last is how priority content should be produced. So you have different ways of doing it, like with cross-promotional guests, and we're going to talk about that, and like what the setting is, like indoor, outdoor, background, clothes, lighting. Like I have things I want to share with you about all of that, about your brand development, your sales funnel, your content creation, like all of that is what's in my head, has been in my head all this time. But my perception, I could be wrong, but my perception is that I really, again, have to be in Hollywood like the week after next. Like I can't wait.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe another week beyond that. It seems what I'm proposing again is to work with you to actually develop content, to come up with all these priorities, to map it all out. So we have all of
map it out with the priority list. Yeah.
The priority list, actually creating the content, and I want to create the
like
content.
a content production calendar. That's really what I need. Because what happens to me right now is I get stuck in doing like all these little things. Like today I got stuck doing this banking and accounting and like little things that are not, I need to do them. It's not that I lose, that I'm not doing functional things. I'm doing functional things, but I need to have things like I know that my next steps is like, for example, what I just said about creating my intro video. Then also what's on my priority list right now is getting my group organized for the fundraiser tantra massage course, right? For the people that did the fundraising. So like I have that and I want to get some more people in. So I want to create like I created like a newsletter, and then that newsletter is kind of like an invitation for more people to come in. So essentially it could be a funnel because I want to fill out that group. So I want to get some more people, some more funders to run that group. So right now that's like a priority.
And when you say get more funders to run that group, what do you mean by
the tantra massage weekend?
Oh, okay. In order to have enough to be able to take the group is what you're saying.
Yeah, because right now I have like a handful of supporters, like 4 or 5 supporters, that have already supported me in my campaign, but I would like to get some more people.
How
to-
many more?
I would like at least, I would say 5 more. That would be nice.
Yeah, and so have you been thinking about what the content is that you want to create that will speak to the people that you're looking to have be a part of that?
That's what I need to figure out.
That's what I want to really work with you on. And I want to remind you of some of my background with that, because we haven't gone there lately in terms of the brand building, but it's an area I'm going to start, flexing my creativity again. And I just, I want to share with you and help you understand where my eye is with that, because I think that I can help you, a lot with that. So I wanted to share, in terms of my thinking, in terms of what I'm proposing with you. And again, I'll share more of the details, but it basically goes from the top that we're talking about to figuring out the target groups, the products and services, the content that needs to get created, and then actually helping you schedule and helping you produce that content.
Yeah,
Okay.
a production schedule.
A production schedule and support in terms of, like, I'm going to give you a vision of how to execute on whatever your vision is. Okay. I'm not going to tell you what to create it to look like, but I want to share with you how to create it to look like it. You get what I'm saying? And I'm going to show you, how I've done that in the past and that sort of thing. But I just want to say, in terms of what's in my head, in terms of giving you the most time I can in the next week and a half, and also anticipating, because I thought about, again, all that I want to do with you. And I see, again, I'm envisioning up to 20 hours for $2,000 over the next 2 weeks, basically, and let you give a down payment however much you want and pay the rest at the end of the month, basically. And I'm imagining that we would need another like $2,000 to get done another bunch that I'll show you. I'll show you how I've broken it down in my head. But basically, to get you to everything we just described within the first $2,000, where we're breaking everything down, we're getting it scheduled, we're creating content, and I'm helping you produce that content and turn it into content that you're putting out into social media and the Uniting for Action system. But then kind of the next level after that is setting up your systems to be a content production machine, basically, because that's where you want to get to, where you're able to create content 2, 3, 4, or 5 times a week. You want to be adding to, like, how many times can I just go do something for an hour and it turns into like great content? And that's what you're going to start to do really regularly, and we're going to do it with other people, and we're going to do it in specific settings, and we're going to do it with specific information and with specific themes. But that's how I want to help you combine the world of the creativity and the visual, along with the, the wisdom to be conveyed and everything that you want to connect with people on a teaching level, but to combine it all into, a constantly flowing, source of inspiration, right?
Yeah.
And I know that you do that in here and there, because right now you have so much to deal with, like that's when you can do it, right? But we need to turn it around to where you're being so successful with what you're doing that it's creating enough money that you can have people doing all these other things that you would have to do right now, or you don't have anybody, or you don't have anybody to do right now. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying we are going to focus on creating this positive feedback cycle for you with the revenue, because it's only going to keep going up and up and up and up and up. You get what I'm saying? You're going to want to produce more content, higher quality, connecting with people about, different topics, all kinds of different things, with all kinds of different influencers that you're going to have those conversations with. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, some of them will be solo, but a lot of them will be with people. You're just imparting the information as you're having a conversation with them, right?
Yeah.
And that builds your library of content, your searchable content, so that people can search your whole library to find when you talked about this with this person, and you also talked about it with this person. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
what I want to support you with right now, the best that I can in the limited time I have left. And part of it too, again, is if you and I can be successful on this level within the next few weeks here, then you will be able to play amongst the people I'm going to be working with. But you need to have all of this either handled or on the way. Do you get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You
Sure.
need to be
Right.
operating on this level where you're being a content creator that people can look at and be inspired by continuously. You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? And you
Mhm.
just don't have the bandwidth to be creating those instances in your life right now, right? Like the one that I saw, I'll show you just as an example. I mean, I want to go through again. It's a whole meeting, but I just want to show you an example of what I saw that I thought was a great, um, model for you of just like a
Hmm.
scene, a scene you created in this moment. And these are the scenes you'll create more often in more different ways as you expand your brand. And that's what I want to help you build and, again, talk about it a little bit more. But this,
Yeah.
this I thought was amazing.
Let me see. Oh yeah, that was at the Tantra course.
Yes. So again, the setting, I meant to do it the other way. The setting, the lighting, just everything, the quality of the video, you've created a lot of great content in a lot of other areas. Again, I want to go through a lot of that in a lot of detail.
Right.
But you can create a lot of more spectacular moments when you have the bandwidth in your
Oh, I
world.
have a lot of spectacular moments that are in my hard drive.
There you go.
So
So
right now, basically, I just talked to this social media group, and for 350, they say the Instagram boost plan is for $50. You will receive 500 new followers in a span of 30 days. Your future 30 posts will receive 200 or 300 likes, 100 views, impressions, shares, and emojis. And then they have a thing where creative video editing costs $200 a month for 20 hours a week for the video editor.
that sounds very reasonable. The
And the social media sharing plan for 100 done. It can be done in 2 different ways. Share Instagram, on YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. So yeah, what I need to do right now is I have a lot of content that I have on hard drives from Garden of Love, from other little things, Tantra games, from a whole production I did here in my garden with Allie. And I have a lot of content, and I have a lot more that I need to produce that I'm gonna go produce with Rico this week. It's all about, like, I need the capacity for these things to be processed and
yes,
then be scheduled and captioned and posted. And then I need to have like the back end, like what am I enrolling them into? And right now what I want to enroll them into is my weekend thing that I'm going to be doing with for tantra massage for this fundraising. And so I want that to just kind of be like introductory, because then, like I said, I'm going to be doing a retreat with Angel in Mexico. And I need to get ready to start having this type of influence to, start getting people enrolled into these retreats and these courses and things like that.
exactly. So that's why it's really important from my perspective for you to have a sales funnel that allows you to sell several different types of things to people, especially to people that you want to work your way up to a weekend thing or a retreat or something like that. For a lot of people, that's not going to be the first way that they are going to, want to create something with, right?
Yeah, I know.
So
Yeah.
what,
Oh, and
so
I need to create a meditation. I need a lead magnet. I need to put this on my board here.
Do you have a do you have like a paid membership right now where you're offering people, access to certain, you know, benefits for a monthly membership?
We're creating an app. I did mention that, right? So with that app, that's where I'm gonna be loading all the memberships. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, but you're not right
So
now,
what are
you
you
don't
talking about?
right now you don't have a paywall that you're using, right? Where people pay you something to have content either at one time or on a monthly basis.
Oh, my work right now is face to face.
Right,
I have
right.
clients who come in and pay me and for treatments. And right now I'm not making money online. I'm making money on my sessions. That's how I make money.
Exactly.
So now that I wanna try, for me, that I love working like that, because I don't, to tell you the truth, I don't like dealing with all this technology. Like if it was up to me, I would be rejuvenating myself right now. But the reality is that I have to deal with this, right? And that's why it's challenging for me, because it's a lot of sitting hours, and my hip starts hurting. I get foggy, like I get tired. I don't like it, but I have to do it. And so I want to systemize it so that it doesn't have to be so challenging.
Exactly. I totally appreciate where you're coming from, and I get
Yeah.
exactly what you're saying. And it's
So
it yeah, and that's the thing, like we're talking about, it's like it shouldn't be that way, that you should have to do all of those things. So we fortunately will make it better and better and better really quickly.
yeah.
The
So right now what I need to focus on, which is part of why I'm gonna go spend some time with Rico, and where I think this fits in, is we're gonna work on selling the app, literally selling the app. And what are the benefits that you get with the app is that you're gonna have the content. So maybe that's something that we could work on, because basically we're gonna be filming and then loading the training material there for the course, the Thai Tantra massage course. And there's 3 different curriculums. We're just going to start with the foundational one. We already filmed some content on that, and then there's going to be more content that we film on it. But basically I'm trying to think about how to stack functions. And so basically what I had promised my supporters was that I was going to give them 3 Zoom classes, a offline hands-on training, and a massage, like a hands-on massage. So basically right now that's what I'm working on. I already have the massages booked, like the dates for the massages. And then I have a place where we can have the practices. And then we have the Zoom. But I'm thinking, how can I make the Zoom where I could record that and then reuse it for the app?
that's what I'm saying, is I want to help you get good at creating that content, creating people with people over Zoom that becomes content for you. That part of it you release as like a preview, like here's the 5-minute version. If you want to see the full hour, then here's the monthly membership that gives you access to that content. And that's my very strong recommendation to you. And that's, it's perfect what you just said, that, you want to work with clients face to face, and it's great that you are. And you said you're not making money online right now. And I feel like we need to start opening up those channels online immediately. That's what
I
I'm
need to
saying.
do that. I
What's
know.
that?
Yeah, definitely. For
That's what
sure.
I'm saying, is that I feel like you and I can record content with some influencers like right away within a couple weeks, and again start creating this model. I don't know. We'll have to see how quickly we can
What I
get.
need to have is before I start working with influencers is I need to have something that people sign up into. And so that's why I want to get like the app running and then get all the at least the foundations of the content up so that
So
people have
tell me what's in the app again. What content is in the app?
let me pull this up because I have a whole thing for it right here, so I could just read it off of here. Uh, Okay, so basically we have, oh, hold on 1 second. All right, so basically we have we have a lesson plan. And in the lesson plan, we are teaching why am I passionate about Thai Tantra? What is Thai Tantra yoga? What is how can this modality serve you? Basically, we have an introduction to the Thai Tantra yoga massage level 1, which is at the level of white tantra. So basically we're teaching people the basics of breathing and movement, protecting yourself energetically, clearing energy, listening to your body, massage basics. So teaching basic movement of Thai massage, basic foundational elements of tantra massage, and then how they merge, tantric touch, massage stances, meridian points, sun lines.
It's great that you're providing all of that. And how much are people going to pay for the app?
So that's why I need to meet with Rico this week because we have to figure all this out. I don't know yet.
The main thing I want to share from this moment is that is going to be one of the parts of your funnel, that some people that want to have the app and go in that direction are going to go in that direction from your funnel, but it's not going to sit at the top of your funnel. That's not everybody is going to go through that one part. You get what I'm saying? You're going to have a much broader base that you're pulling from. Some people go in that direction. Some people go to retreats. Some people have sessions, but but I just want to be clear so you understand my thinking when I say we need to have a channel for you to interact with the public, the whole world, and people to start paying you for having a relationship with you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like we need to build like now, so that as we're building your awareness, your brand, your everything, that people are starting to, buy your stuff, basically, right? And so again, I want to, this is part of what I feel it's why this is going to be like recurring revenue stream, just the content creation part of it, the way we're monetizing that doesn't even count, but we need to mention it right now. You're going to do this with all of these different influencers that are selling their own stuff, right? And you're going to be choosing influencers whose stuff you recommend, right? So you're going to be, as you're creating content with them and you're being featured on their channel and they're being featured on your channel, you're going to be helping sell their stuff to your people, just like they're selling your stuff to their people.
Right, like affiliate.
Exactly.
And that's something else here on the to-do list that I added, or on the map, was to create an affiliate program.
And it's really important, again, and the affiliate program is for you, and that's great. You're going to create an affiliate program, so you're paying people to be affiliates for you. But also, again, you're going to be affiliates for all these people. So that's not where you're going to create the system. We're basically all going to be using the Uniting for Action system for it. But the point of it is that you're limited in the products and services that you can sell, that you can personally make. But when you start selling everybody else's stuff, now you have all these other ways to earn revenue that you don't have right now. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And especially when it's retreats and yoga trainings and, you know, packages that are worth thousands of dollars, you're making hundreds of dollars a sale, you know, here and there and everywhere all the time. You get what I'm saying? Especially when you're connecting with big influencers that have a big, you know, you get it. So again, this is why it's really important for us to create you as this now. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to, I want, in my mind, this is what I'm saying. This is in my mind, I'm taking you from the idea of you doing these cross promotional things with these influencers and actually setting up all the mechanics for you to be earning revenue, both from you selling stuff, you know, from that experience, as well as selling their stuff, like to create it as a reality now within the next few weeks. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I want to bring you into this world with me because this is what it's going to look like in my world with the people I'm playing with. And if we can do this and build your brand along the way that I'm going to share with you, all the ideas I have for your brand building, then I feel like, you know, you'll be with me on this next plane that I'm about to jump to. Do you get what I'm saying? That's, you'll be in a position to be able to benefit from being in that environment. Let's put it that way. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
If you are doing, you know, a video with some amazing influencers that has tens of millions of followers, but you have no way to monetize that, then what difference does it make?
Yeah, there's no point. That's what I'm saying. I have to set up my systems to be able to monetize from them.
Exactly. But what I'm saying, and this is part of the conversation of why we need to have these priority conversations, while your app is important, your app is not the linchpin for you earning revenue from online sources. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, I see. Because you're seeing like more of the affiliate.
The app is going to be one thing that you're going to sell to
It's
all
one
of
of the
the
offerings. I mean, that's how people will be able to learn from me online.
It's one of the ways. It's one of the ways they'll be able to learn from you online. We're going to be simultaneously building this whole library, and the app can use, you know, some version of this content, but basically we're going to be building this whole library of your content that's searchable. And then as soon as we can have the technology built in, part of that content will be out in the open. Hey, everybody, here's the preview of this. For the rest, here's the paywall. Pay, you know, $9.99 a month, and you can have access to all the content there.
But this is the thing. The app is, you're not going to have access to all the content. Maybe the app is free and it'll have a free introductory course, or maybe it'll be $9.99 and it'll have like a free mini course or a free master class. And then if you want to unlock more advanced content, then that core, it will be a training that will have an additional cost.
Exactly. So that's the sales funnel that you're working them through once they get into the app, once they've signed up for the app. But again, you want as high a percentage of people that are coming to you, that are your followers, that are, you know, subscribing to your content. You want as high a percentage of those people as you can to subscribe to the app. But I don't know what your expectations are, if it's going to be 10% of your followers, 20%, you know, 30% would probably be really high. But some percentage of them are going to be subscribers to your app. The rest of them are going to be having an engagement with you through Instagram or TikTok or however else you're connecting with people.
Yeah. Like I need to have lots of free content too, right? Like
free content, and then you need to have ways to monetize people's attention. And my strong suggestion is by setting up a paywall, where again,
paywall.
I'm sorry, say that again.
What is a paywall?
Okay, so a paywall is where, again, there's free content up to the paywall. After the paywall, they have to pay to have access to the content after that. And typically it's either paying per piece of content. So let's say you do some, you know, session with an influencer and you put out like a 2-minute or 5 minute, like teaser video, and then it's an hour-long video behind the paywall, that you could offer it for maybe like $3 if they just want to purchase that video, or $9 a month if they want to have access to that video and all the other videos. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's going to be one of the most straightforward and fundamental ways for you to be building out your funnel, because that's going to be a big entry point. Once you have people that are being subscribers, you're going to have them be free followers and subscribers, but then of those, a certain amount are going to be paid subscribers, okay? And then of those, that's when you start going down to the next levels and the next levels, right? But it's going to be challenging a lot of times to have someone become a big supporter where they purchase a big thing if they haven't been warming up to you with content over time. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you're developing relationships with your audience, but it's a one-way thing for a while until they're ready to reach out to you. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you want to have the most passive, easy ways for them to reach out to you, which are going to be basically to just sign up for your content. You get what I'm saying? I know if you haven't been thinking in these terms, it's a whole new thing to start thinking about having all this paid content. And I'll think about it, if there's another way, you can monetize, individual events online or covering events, sign up for a webinar or something like that. But if you want to have something just working in the background, like all the time, that's just generating revenue for you, and it's constantly growing over time because more and more people are finding you, and more and more people are subscribing, we need to have a monthly subscription for you. And you have to decide what it is that they're going to get for that monthly subscription. But my strong suggestion is that this is where, all of this content that you have and all the content we're going to create, it all goes in there, because you're going to have way more pictures and way more video than becomes the highlight. So you get to have all of your second cut stuff that people are getting for free in abundance, while you're taking the best out and using that for your preview. Do you see what I'm saying? Your highlights. But I feel like, you can tell me if you think I'm off base, but I feel like we have to get this engine working for you right now in order for you to be able to continue this journey with me in this next level. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's fine for you to stay in a local place dealing with local people. I love what you're doing with everybody. I just know that your vision over time is to be more visible to a wider audience in the world, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And this is just the opportunity in this moment with you and me. So you tell me what you're feeling about it, and you feel like you want to take this leap within the next couple of weeks to start developing this content and creating this online model.
No, sorry. No.
Listen, sweetheart, Eric was
Give me 1 second. Can I mute you for?
Yeah.
I feel what you're saying. At this moment, I cannot invest $2,000. My work's been very slow. And also I feel like I need to make the best use of this system that has been created already, that I feel like I've been investing on. And that I need to make use of that right now with what I have. And I feel like I have a lot of call to actions here already on this map. And I just need to put them on this software system, and I just need to schedule it. Really, that's what I need to do is schedule it. I can't tell you that right now I can invest $4,000 because I can't at this moment, or $2,000. I literally, it's too much for me right now. I've been making too much. I just invested on Ray Perez and his 360 thing, and I'm gonna start working with him, and they're also going to be doing our production and things. So it's just I have to be mindful of my budget right now because my work right now is not online. I'm not making hundreds of thousands of dollars, and so I need to pace myself.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. Yeah. I mean, of course, you know, from a personal level, I'm disappointed because I wanted, you know, to share this, you know, journey in this moment with you in this way,
Yeah.
but I understand where you're at. You know, it's why I just want to emphasize for you that I want, you know, I want you as much as you can to be creating these revenue engines for you that are working for you in the background, because there's no reason that
Yeah.
you should be in a position like this right now. You've created enough content, you've done enough, you know, to create, you know, a following and revenue generation. It's just obviously, you know, I know you got a whole world that you're working on, and you're working on so many projects, and it is totally overwhelming. And that's why, you know,
Yeah, and I just paid my accountant. I just paid the girls who's helping me with social media. So I am paying other people, and I just paid you last week. So it adds up, you know, you come to the end of the month and it added up, right? So I know that you want us to move really fast in the next week, and that would be another $2,000 investment. And just right now, I'm not there right now.
I understand what you're saying, and I want to, you know, honor and appreciate, you know, where you're at in this moment and this, you know, this journey that we've been on. The obviously, you know, I'm going to set you up for success with the system, and I want to keep, you know, supporting with, you know, all of Uniting for Action's resources, however, you know, I can as we keep going. I what I'm working on doing, you know, with you in this moment is doing my best to help you prioritize how to really start ramping up in a very quick way to where you want to go, to not necessarily have to keep slow rolling it as you've been. You've been doing a tremendous job, I have to say. Let me first just honor you and appreciate you for watching you in action for a year, for all you've created and all that you've evolved. It's been extraordinary. And I know you're going to keep doing that and expanding, and all of these things that you're talking about are going to keep expanding as they're going. The building a foundation of revenue that's coming to you all the time, so you're not in a position where you have to have more sessions and you have to have another event and you have to do this to get, you get what I'm saying? Like that, that foundation laying of foundational revenue, I believe, needs to be very near the top of your priority list, if not perhaps the top of your priority list.
Yeah.
Because, you know, at the moment, I mean, from everything we've been talking about, it just hasn't been a priority. You've got these other things, you've got the retreat, you've got the app, you've got these things that you're doing, which is great. I'm telling you, you know, from the best return I think I can give you on your investment, you know, in this strategy session that we're having now, is start to look at how do I have money flowing in like right away. And part of it, let me kind of share with you, you know, very specifically the content I was imagining creating, and I think how it relates to what you're doing and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, you know, we talked last time. Let me take a quick drink.
Yeah.
We talked last time about, you know, the work I want to do with the adult content creators. And you mentioned that you'd like to, you know, work with them and support them and share, you know, ways to help for them to channel their energy and all those sorts of things. I've been thinking about it a lot because I've been feeling like we're going to do that. And one of the reasons that I really like having that conversation with those women is it creates a really quick and clear communication to the audience about where you stand in relation to all of these things around, sex and, what people are doing and just all these different things. It creates an environment for you to have a conversation about some really, about topics around this that people, I think, are really going to be interested in hearing what you have to say and what your conversations are with those people. You see what I'm saying? And what I've been imagining is setting these, these conversations up with you, for you, with you. That's part of my, proposal to you, is to create these conversations so that you are speaking into the world what you want people to know about you and what you do, but you're doing it in a conversation with these influencers that are directly exposing you to a wider audience, but also, also giving you great content for your audience to be consuming and sharing. You see what I'm saying? Like this is the content for you to be creating like all the time right now. And I'm giving you the formula for how to monetize that right away as well. Okay.
Yeah.
And again, when you can convert, well, it's all the levels of your sales funnel, because when you have this cross promotion that then all these new eyeballs are looking at you, some of them may sign up for your retreat, for your weekend program, for your subscription, for whatever. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm doing my best to kind of give you the most generous, use of my time that I can support you in this moment. Tell me, what your thoughts are about, what I'm describing in terms of helping hold your hand and create this content that we're talking about, and starting to build this new model for you of constant revenue coming in. Like if you spent, just a certain amount of time, that's what I'm saying, we could spend just a couple, and I don't want you to, I feel like I'm trying to arrive at a conclusion. What I'm trying to do is trying to help you see how you can prioritize your time to set you up to have a cash flow that's allowing you to create more of what you want quicker. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like in a very short amount of time, to take a very quick leap up, and now I can do all of this because we've jumped up to here in a short amount of time. You get what I'm saying? And if I'm compacting the time and the monetary amount, too much, tell me what your thoughts are, or what your thoughts are just about the idea of it. Because if it's just
seeing if I was gonna go somewhere at 6:15. Okay, so yeah, let's proceed.
Yeah, no, I really want to understand, like, if you're seeing the value in it for yourself.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing the value of it. One thing is understanding the value of it, and then another thing is just financially understanding right now where I am.
So if you're like, yeah, I'd love to have all of that, but here is how I would have to be able to spread it out or pay it or whatever, because I want to work with you to create this reality for you. And I want to do, it's not about the exact amount of money, the exact amount of time. It's like, what can I do? And I'm showing you the ways that I felt like I can stretch the most myself at this moment.
Yeah.
Now, we can't do everything, but again, there's so much, and we can spend a little bit of time diving into these details of the branding that I've made, like a lot of notes that I want to, it's really going to make a difference for your brand. And that's another aspect again of like, do you want, tell me what
I definitely want to move forward. I'm not saying that I don't want to do that. And yeah, a payment plan can definitely help. Right now for me to say I'm going to put down $2,000 once, like that wouldn't be possible. But if we figure out a payment plan, then that could work. And for me to say in the next week, I'm gonna do all this, that's also very unrealistic because I basically, you know, that like tomorrow I have to pack because I'm getting my place treated for termites. I have to go to Miami. I'm going to Miami. I have a plan with Rico that I committed to filming specific content for our app. And so I have that scheduled. So I can't say, oh, the next week I'm going to do all these things before you go to Hollywood. That's just not realistic for me right now.
I understand, and I get that, and I knew that I was kind of springing it on you as it's kind of been sprung on me because I was already rushing, as you know, but not in
Yeah.
this way. This is a whole new level of rush for me. So, but I
Yeah.
get that. So I get that for you.
Yeah.
What I want to do is I want to keep that window for you as open as possible, as long as possible. But I just want you to understand that in many ways, I'm trying to close that window as quickly as I can because I'm trying to get myself dealing with those people as quickly as I can 24/7.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. I just right now, you know, just with my own cycles of my body and the way that my body is, I can't be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna push and do everything
No,
in a week and like in 2 weeks. It doesn't work like that for me. I can't do that.
I hear what you're saying. What I'm feeling in this moment is, you know, we're stretching out a timeline. Let me tell you part of the challenge.
Yeah, I have things that I'm booked. I haven't even told you, but I'm looking to I'm with one of my alliances where we're looking to rent a house to move to a new place. So I also have to come up with a deposit for that. Right now I'm in the middle of I need to get a car, so I'm saving for that. There's just too many things right now.
And that's why I'm saying we need to create this revenue engine for you, Angie, as quickly as possible.
No,
But
I totally get it. But just for me to say in the next 2 weeks is realistic because I have this thing booked with Rico and then I'm gonna go look at the house. I have like 2 days that I'm gonna go look at the house. And then at the end of the month, we're going to be doing a family soul trip with Ray Perez, which is really important because it's continuing building our relationship with him and planning the next steps we're taking also in that direction. So it's just a lot. And I need to keep like right now I have to send all the footage and all the things to the social media people that I'm going to start to work with. So it's just a lot, like.
I hear you. I get it.
I need to do this. I do. I'm not saying no, but for me to say in 2 weeks, all of this needs to be done. I don't know how that's gonna happen.
No, I get it. I get it. And I'll tell you, you know, part of why I was saying that and why I'm like that, because for me, I've uploaded your whole world into my brain over the last day.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time, you know, preparing. There's a lot of stuff we haven't even got to. I'll send it to you. We'll talk about it, whatever. All the websites I've looked at, all the different things. I'm in your world. It's in my brain. Like I can see your world and I can create your world right now.
Yeah.
As you know, if I'm not working on your stuff, if I'm just going back to my world and dealing with my world for, you know, a week before the next meeting or whatever, it's all gone, you know. It's like I've got to go upload it all again just in order to be able to vision like how to deal with everything. You get what I'm saying? And
I mean, if we can stack functions somehow with what I'm gonna be doing with Rico and the production that I'm gonna be working on with him, if we could stack functions with like.
I want to make sure I understand your definition of stacking functions because I'm not. It's an unknown.
So basically, stacking functions, it means making use of the resources and the time that I'm gonna have to work some things out that have to do with like filming things, right? Basically,
I think that's important. And this is, you know, can I dive in real quick just to show you some specific examples?
Yeah. Yeah, and like I'm not wanting to sound like, oh no, I don't want to work with you, or no, I don't want to support you. Like I want to, you're supporting me, I want to support you back, right? I just would need to have some sort of a plan where it would be more realistic for me,
Yes.
time wise and just financially wise. Like I can't tell you I'm gonna drop $2,000 right now, but if we like spread it out somehow, then you know we could work something out. I'm open to that. I like working with you. I've been working with you all this time, right? And so um yeah, if we could figure out a plan, a working plan.
Of course,
um
Angie, and that, of course,
yeah,
we can. And that's why, again, I want to start creating this revenue for you, right away, so that it's paying, the payments of the plan. Like the
yeah,
plan is paying for itself. That's the cycle we want to get in continuously. And you tell me, what you feel like, works for you as, the stretchiest you can be, and then our goal will be to be able to exceed the pace by creating value for you along the way. You get what I'm saying?
right, yeah,
Like if we're doing $500 4 weeks in a row or something like that, I want by the second week or the third week for you to be like, here's the final and here's the next, because I've already got that money back. You get what I'm saying? Like
right,
we want to start creating revenue for you immediately around the ways that you can.
yeah,
The weekend, like you said, and the other things that you can monetize right away, but also to start to get in this practice of creating this content with these others. I want to share with you, I'm just
yeah,
going to share with you some quick observations so you understand like my
yeah,
eye for creating your brand. So first of all, I love a lot of what you've got going on with a lot of your stuff and your pictures. And, I've been looking at everything. I think you're creating a lot of great imagery. And I like the imagery that you're creating, as I'm going through here.
mm-hmm.
I think I'm getting the idea, somewhat of the brand you want to build, although I still want to, understand like what it
Of
looks like for,
course,
what it looks
yeah,
like for you. But I want to, focus on specific things that I think about, in terms of like your images.
mm-hmm.
And the first thing is the up close, like an intimate, even closer than this a little bit, and how important that is in imagery, especially in building your brand. Now, I want to preface what I'm saying by saying these are just my opinions, and other people are going to have different opinions, and
Yeah,
I'm not telling you that everything that I say is the best, but
yeah, no, I'm open to your opinions. Yeah.
I want to share with you, again, let's do this part quickly so you can kind of remember where I'm coming from in this space that I'm talking about. This, I brought together Lisa and the rest of the goddess dancers when they came together. It was an idea I had to bring them together and start creating this. Before they even did a performance, this was the first thing that we did. Was we went to this park and we created these images. Okay.
Right, right.
And yeah, so this was the very first, and not just these photos, but we have crazy video I'll show you in a moment. But not just there, then, just because they were being so adventurous, after we left the park and created these images, then you see as you go further down, and these images, as you can see, are extraordinary, right? And
Yeah.
and this is the thing, is like you have great images, and I want you to be pumping out extraordinary images, all the
Oh
time.
yeah.
So then
Yeah,
they went to Lincoln Park and got in the fountain. I don't know if you remember those pictures, but they actually got in the fountain on Lincoln Park Road, and
oh,
all that
oh,
amazing, iconic imagery. So,
oh,
and we did all of that again before there was even a Goddess Dancers performance, right? And then, very soon, as it was just getting going. Oh, I put it away. I had the video up. I don't know if you remember, that you and Carlos created. you remember at the downtown
Oh
full
yeah,
moon
Carlos,
party?
yeah, yeah. Hmm.
That, video was such an extraordinary video. I have to thank you and honor you
Which
for that.
video was this one? This was
I
the
have,
one,
I have to
right?
bring it up yet so that you'll remember, because it was great. And it was but this is a part of what I want to share
Oh,
with you.
Carlos filmed it?
He did, along with another person that we had there at the time. Let me just bring it up real quick because it is such a great video in the
Oh,
way that it's produced. Yeah, and you were doing the interviewing, so you got really great, content
oh,
out of that.
oh. I have to refresh my memory.
I'll bring it up. Let's see.
Oh. Wow. Wow, this was 7 years ago.
It was even longer ago. We posted.
Oh, Lisa. I love her.
Yeah,
Oh,
so you were interviewing her, and it was
oh, was I interviewing her? Oh,
yeah, it was
okay.
interspersed. I don't think you were on camera with your voice, but it's interspersed with the dance thing they were doing. It's a really great video.
Oh, how cool
But
is that? Okay.
yeah, again, that was part of what we did. And I want to show you too, just, showing you like my eye for it when I'm doing. Now, I didn't produce this event. I don't know if you saw these photos. This was an event that that Monica put together.
Okay.
But when I heard they were doing it, I said, oh, I got to come out and shoot. Yes. So we created, they did the production, I did the photography, but I want to kind of take you through my eye for
Yeah.
what I was shooting and how I am using, the eye for this into how I want to help you build your brand. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think with your brand, it's all about connection, intimacy. You're making an intimate connection with your clients, whether you're in person or whether you're communicating through the screen with them.
Right.
And like these types of pictures are great, to show all of the women, all at once. And of course, I want to capture these images. But with that, it's almost like a show,
Yeah.
Then here, getting the behind the scenes, candid shots, like you as a viewer are now like here, right? You're behind the scenes at this thing going on, right? Like
Yeah.
everyone's getting ready. Now, as they're still getting ready, Lisa's posing for me and Monica is just, stretching and doing her thing. And so, I'm telling a story in the imagery. You see this?
Yeah.
And also by the cropping and the framing, because I did a lot of cropping and framing and color correction. But I'm saying all of this because I want you to get my artistic eye and vision for creating imagery
Yeah.
and the reasoning behind it and all of that. So, okay, now, with Lisa, you can see now we're having a more of a connection, right? Now that I'm closer, now that
Right.
she's here, I'm stepping back to get her whole, outfit. But then, she's about to come in closer and then even closer, right? So we're like creating this connection with the viewer. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And so again, the same thing here with Haya is, okay, she's dancing. I'm looking at someone dancing now, right? That's the experience. But now, now I'm like right there with that person dancing. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And then, okay, I'm watching this person dance. And then, she's seeing me watching her. And then like, she's like opening up, and now like she's here with me.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And this, I've told this story in the images, in the way I've chosen the images, in the way I've cropped the images, and all of that. Do you get what I'm saying? Like there is a whole thing going on there that day, doing whatever it was doing. And I, with the camera and with the editing, created a story with the images. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I want you to, and I know you're doing this already, but I want you to start thinking in this mindset that you're creating stories with other co-collaborators at all time, and you're capturing it in a way that the story that you're telling is one of the building blocks of the whole story you're telling about yourself, about everything. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Like every bit of content is like a brick in the wall. Do you
Right.
see what I'm saying? And like
Yeah.
everyone needs to be very deliberate. In my mind, what I want to help you do through my eyes is look at all of your imagery very critically and share again, like what I'm seeing, and help you build your brand the way you want to build it. Do you get what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, let
Right.
me just show you one more example so you get what I'm saying, just a very quick example. So to me, when I showed you before this video,
Yeah.
now this is posted alongside of this video in terms of in your social media.
What was that?
So now I'm showing you this video,
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
which is a great video in terms of what it shows.
Yeah.
But the way the video is produced, the sound in the background that's being used, all of that, it's just a whole different vibe. It's a completely different brand. You've got those two brands are incompatible with each other, in my mind. Like you're
Which
choosing
ones?
which ones?
What's incompatible? Sorry, I missed something.
Yes. So this video with the way it's produced and the sound,
Yeah.
okay, compared to this video.
Oh,
And this video, not that you can make up, environments like that on that level every time, but your production quality can be such that the quality of the content that you're putting out is high quality content, regardless of where you're doing it and what you're doing. And setting a standard is what you're doing in building your brand. Brand building is setting a standard.
so what you're saying is that the boat one, but the thing is that they're completely different settings. Like the boat is the boat. And
You're right. It's great that we're having this conversation, because this is where I think it's important for you to start having a distinction. And I think Ray talked about this a bit in your boot camp, is that you have a certain image. People have a certain image of you, of who you are. Do you get what I'm saying?
yeah.
And you have a certain image of who you want to be, who you want to grow into, who you want people to see you as. Okay?
Yeah.
You're going to communicate to me as clearly as you can what it is that you want, to communicate to the world, and everything that you're going to do is going to be in alignment with that.
Right.
What I'm saying is that video, not that the images aren't great, but the way it's being shown in that slideshow with that background music.
I did that myself, and that's why I need to have professional.
But what I'm saying is it's a brand killer, is what I'm telling you.
Oh, it's a brand killer. Okay.
It's a brand killer for the brand that you want to create for yourself.
Oh, okay.
That
because
is not
good.
What's that?
Because it wasn't good.
It wasn't up to the quality standard that you want people to know of you, of the world that you're creating for them. What you're doing is you're projecting a world through your imagery and your video and everything that you show them. You're projecting the world of Angie. When it's a portal into your world, okay?
Yeah.
And everything they see in that world is part of the world, but whatever they don't see doesn't exist in Angie's world. Do you get what I'm saying? So everything needs to be like you're creating a whole world for them. And what I'm saying is that video, it doesn't exist in that world. It shows the same photos in a different way, with different music, with different energy, just the energy. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
you want to set an energy, which I recommend probably being close to like what the energy is around a one-on-one session. You want to set like an intimate energy with your audience, right?
Yeah.
And everything that you show them and share with them, it needs to be up close. It needs to be intimate. Do you get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
any pictures need to be close in pictures because they feel like they're like with you in that moment. Do you get what I'm
Oh,
saying? And that helps create the whole brand feeling. You get what I'm saying? Just that one thing of telling you that make sure it's always really close. You know, even
oh,
yeah, I'm going to show you what I mean by that with another, thing just really quickly. So this you were at this event, and this was again where I set it up for them to perform. And this was Rico's birthday party, right? Set it up for them to perform at this event, the Goddess Dancers. But then also, like, as I took the pictures, like, I was noticing, like, this is a spectacular picture, right? I mean, this is like amazing the way that they all are, right? But you get lost in this because it's like a spectacle. So what I did as I like was seeing is like I picked out every person. So you can see each of the 5 of them across. I picked out every person and zoomed in on them because I wanted people to see like how amazing like each person was
each
in
one
that
of them.
in that
Yeah.
image. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Like, you don't have that, no matter how many times you look at this image, you don't get the same feeling that you get when you look at Lisa in this image.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. Just because of the cropping. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And this again has a lot to do with, again, how you create your brand. And it's even beyond the camera and all that. Now I'm talking about framing, cropping, but you understand like how big a deal that is if you're establishing this really intimate rapport with your audience and you're using the way that you're cropping images to convey that with them. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's a huge, huge lesson right there, right? And again, there's a lot more, but I just want to throw that out there because I want you to get like all these things that are in my mind about ways to help you evolve to a higher level of brand awareness and intentionality about the creation of your brand.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I want to not only help you, put your calendar together, but I want to help you frame the shots, set up the background, set up the costuming, like all the
Yeah.
ways.
Do you want to
Like,
see right quick the some of the Garden of Love pictures?
and I did watch the video, the 3-minute video you sent, which had a lot of the pictures in it. And those pictures are
Oh,
great.
okay.
And I like that video. I want to go through that. And that's where I want to
There's
spend.
another 1 hour one.
Oh, an hour one.
We need to crop it and like get lots of different things from that. Yeah.
That's great. It's great that you have all of that quality content. And so that's where, again, like I'm just giving you a little bit of a preview because there's so much in my head that I want to be
Yeah.
in communication with you. And so I was trying to compact it all in a time frame that I could manage before I, am taken away. And while my attention is on your stuff, because again, it's uploaded now in a way that is, if we're not continuing immediately, it's going to be fading away quickly. You get what I'm saying? Like I want to strike while so you tell me what works for you in terms of just flow of, finances and time. And I will do my best to accommodate with whatever ways you can manage, whatever you can manage. So you tell me what you're thinking.
Yeah. So yeah, right now, like I said, it's been a little slower than usual. So I need to see how the rest of the next couple weeks are gonna go because right now it's summer and there's a lot of people that are away for the summer. So yeah, so it's a lot to juggle right now financially because I also just paid for somebody to do SEO on my website. And so I've just had a lot of expenses and not as much coming through. So, I have to be mindful, otherwise I'm not gonna eat, right? So
I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
So what do you feel like is how
I'm
you
gonna
would
have
want
to
to schedule?
meditate on it. I can't give you an answer right this
Okay.
minute.
And
I'm gonna have-
also, I want to encourage you to also do what you did before when you asked the universe to provide, a
Oh,
sign,
yeah, I'm
provide a
constantly
sign,
doing that. So I
because
want to see the response of the universe and the
I,
next.
I feel like, the universe wants to support you around this. So I think as
Yeah.
long as you're being open to the universe supporting you,
Oh yeah,
um,
I'm open to it. Yeah, and I'm calling it in. I'm calling in abundance, and I need to see it also. So
absolutely, absolutely.
Hmm.
So, okay, so you'll meditate on that. I'm
Yeah.
going to send you, like a summary of all of my notes that I put together for today. How much more time do you have right now? When do you want to wrap?
Yeah, I mean, what I really wanted to do, because I know this system that you created on the website, on the United for Action website, like I want to use it, but it just seems like such a foreign language when there's so many icons and so many buttons and so many places to click that I kind of got lost in it.
Yeah, that's great because I want to
So
have that. I want to have that training session like we talked about on Friday. Did you set it up for Rico to join us on Friday so that he can get trained up on it as
he's
well?
not, he's still in Asheville till Friday. He's not in. Yeah, so can we set up that training session for Monday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I'm gonna know maybe later today or tomorrow. I might not be available on Monday.
Okay,
I'll let you know. We
or
can
Tuesday.
tentatively set it up for Monday. Let me make
Monday or Tuesday. Yeah.
what time on Monday? Let me stop the recording.
And yeah,
Okay.
basically I feel like we've been working up to this point so we could use this app, and I'm starting to have virtual assistants, and I need to send all this delegation points to this new social media company that I'm going to be working with. So I would like to have that being functional, and I feel like I have a really good mind map now to refer to, and I just want to boom, 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 prioritize things before like trying to get many more things happening, because I feel like just keeping on adding things is overwhelming. So I kind of just want to like focus one thing at a time.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, that's perfect. So we'll do the training session on Monday and we'll use the actual things. We'll actually use the mind map to build it out. So you'll be very good at, how to do it by the end of the session. And if you can have
Yeah, and then with Rico, and then maybe another assistant or something that can learn how to use it, that can help us with it, because I don't see myself learning all these icons and all these things. Like I have a lot already to think about.
it's again why I wanted to help provide that support for you, but I understand.
Okay.
So I'd say, if at all possible, have that person in that meeting so they can ask any questions that aren't clear to them during the meeting.
Okay, yeah.
But
Yeah,
otherwise, you're just going to have to rely on the video from the meeting to train them, and whatever other training sessions or training materials I can create before then. But I'm not sure how much training material I can create by Monday. So
okay, that's fine. And we'll figure it out. Right now I do have to go.
okay.
So yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
All right, I appreciate where we're at with all of this. I'll send you everything and then we'll continue.
Okay, sounds
Awesome,
good.
Angie.
All right, thank
Be great.
you.
Be great. You're welcome. See you later.
All right, bye.
Bye.